Good evening, everybody. My name's Faraday Hosenipur, and I can't even wait to get into what we're going to talk to you about tonight. I mean, just forget the fact that I was struggling in this industry 2.5 years ago after 10 years totally doing a totally different business. And the first 6 months, total disaster, and spent more money than I made. Thank goodness it only lasted 6 months because, you know, better things were about to happen for me. But it would have never been possible unless I had found the opportunity that we're going to talk to you about this evening. But most excitingly, we've just launched a brand new division. And most of us can't even sleep at night. Now, our company has already created some incredible seven-figure incomes for me and others on my team, incomes unlike I've ever seen in network marketing over the last 20 years. And that's no guarantee, obviously, that it's going to happen for anybody else. But these things can and are happening when you have something hot, sexy, unique, and different. And this was before we just launched what we're going to talk to you about tonight, which I'm not even going to spend. Hold on one quick second. That was our CEO calling me. But anyway, we're going to talk to you about fantasy sports tonight. And the reason I'm so excited that I can barely even talk intelligibly is because we have got a product where we are having cash prize winners every single week. Our customers, our distributors are playing fantasy sports, winning cash money, big cash prizes every single week, and it's just so exciting. So let's talk for a second about the fantasy sports market. This is something that's never been done in network marketing history. This is a phenomena in the marketplace right now. Now, up until, let's say, 3 weeks ago, I had never played fantasy football, and I didn't understand what all of the fun and excitement was all about. But when we introduced this product, I found out that the whole world is already crazy about fantasy sports. And it's actually, according to Forbes article, $70 billion market worldwide. Now, there are some other platforms that are very well established and popular out there. One of them is called FanDuel. And you're going to hear some of the people mention FanDuel. It does 100,000 games per day. They are projecting that they will pay out $400 million in cash prizes. And the other day, I just happened to turn on HBO looking for a movie, and what do I come across but a Brian Gumbel sports special entirely devoted to fantasy sports, to the people that make money with fantasy sports, people that do it full-time, the people that make the $1 million prize packages. There's another platform called DraftKings, and it's been around for 8 years. So you can't turn on the television. The NFL is behind it. The players are behind it. And it's becoming a national obsession. It's projected that 35 million Americans are already playing. So do you think this might be an exciting, fun market to be a part of, profitable, lucrative? And that is not all. We are starting out in fantasy football and baseball, but you know what? The basketball season is right behind it, and we're coming out with basketball, European soccer, we're coming out with hockey, which is huge in Canada, auto racing. So it's just going to be one great sports market after another. And you're going to hear from some people that never played fantasy sports before that are winning every single week. So just forget about the fact that you can also earn on every single game played. We're going to hit that in a minute. I would like to tell you about a new platform called G1e Fantasy Sports. You're going to be hearing a lot about it because these kinds of stories are getting out there, and it's so much fun. Guess what? Tonight, I didn't have only one $2,500 winner. A second ago, I had two $2,500 winners on here with us. Now, the gentleman I'm going to bring up first, his name is Glen Logan. He's like a rocket scientist. He works for the Defense Department. He comes out with all kinds of defense projects. But guess what? He had never played fantasy sports, and he's in a restaurant right now with Michelle and Luvan and Evan and Nelson. And thanks for joining us tonight, Glen. Can you share your exciting story with all of us?
Sure. Can you hear me okay?
I do.
Well, we had to switch smartphones here, kept dropping out. So between the two smartphones, two laptops, and an iPad, I think we got it covered. So I've got a major part of my team here. They're all excited, and we're going to capture a lot of those top spots in Week 8. You can bet on it. Well, somebody said, well, how did you make your picks to come up with the winning numbers? I took a slight modification of what a friend of mine, who is a bona fide rocket scientist, advised me. And I studied the injury reports and some of the
Oops. Hold on, Glen. Glen, I'm sorry. I think I might have muted you. I was trying to mute Joseph. I apologize. You know, back up. There we
Oh, okay.
There we go.
I'm not sure what part you missed, but I entered twice in Week 7 on my customer account under Nanita Yu, and she only realized, even though I told her the day I got notified, she only realized that we had won when G1e Corporate called her yesterday. And I could hear her downstairs calling all her friends, so I get the feeling we're going to have a few customers, if not more IBOs, join us very soon. But basically, you have to enter, and I would recommend entering more than once. It definitely increases your odds of winning. Study some of the stats, and other than that, just have fun with it. You don't have to be a rocket scientist or even know one to win. Just get in there and join us.
And Glen, you won last week too, so you're like up $2,800 total just from playing the fantasy sports.
That's right. I never did mention to you before the last baseball game of the regular season. I also won there in a $2 game. I won $35. I was more of a baseball fan than a football fan, so that wasn't too surprising to me. But I can't wait for next baseball season when fantasy baseball starts up again.
Awesome. Thank you, Glen, and thank you to all of your team members joining us tonight also. And the next person I would like to go to, because she is out and about, and she just dropped off. So the next person we're going to go to is from Greece and Ireland. Let's start with Mandy the Machine, because it's 3 a.m. in Greece. That shows you how excited she is. I think she's not only excited about the opportunity, about the fantasy sports, but I guess the upcoming European soccer. Huh, Mandy?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I have always lived in, or tried to live in a sports-free zone. I mean, suddenly, I've lost my husband. and he used to have to go and sit in a little quiet room, and because it was a sort of girl's house, my daughter and myself is, oh no, oh no, Dad, oh no, husband, we're not watching the sport. And then suddenly I almost feel a little bit guilty because I'm here, not only watching the sports, I'm playing. I mean, I don't know anything really about American football, American style football, but I had a go, and I went on, the colours of the shirts. It was a really horrible rainy day over here in Greece, and I decided to brighten up by going for all the lighter coloured shirts. I didn't want doom and gloom. There was no blacks and browns chosen that day, and I won. I mean, it's incredible. And I've entered the game this week. I've actually tried to study a little bit of form and look a little bit beyond how the guys look and the colours of their shirts. But I've had a couple of goes this week, and so we'll see what happens. I mean, if it ends up that going by the colour of the shirts is my format that works, I'm going to go back to that. But I'm loving this, and the fact that we've got what you call soccer, what we call football, Barclays Premier League football is going to be on this soon. That's brilliant. I know in the UK as well, hockey is a big sport, so loving to see that the European is being opened up with this, and I'm enjoying the education of learning things about different sports. And sorry, Mike, my husband, that I'm now taking over his seat on the couch, I think, and doing the sport run. Thank you very much, Faraday.
Thank you, Mandy. And since I just had my first beautiful blonde, I kind of make jokes because the ladies that are killing it are the beautiful blondes. Or, my husband is going nuts that all the blondes are beating him, and he actually knows a little bit about football. So that next person I would like to go to is my partner, Susan Anzalone. And she had never played fantasy sports before. And Susan, I think it is safe to say that me and you would have been the very last people that were actually watching football on the weekend. And you actually won third and $250. That's amazing. Congratulations. What's your secret?
Thank you, Farrah. Can you hear me okay?
I do.
I'm at the mall. Last time I was at the airport. Now I'm at the mall. Anyway, it was like, we're out and about busy all the time. It's funny. I was listening to Glen, and I think Glen does the exact right thing, especially for guys. A lot of guys like to do a lot of research. I know Richard does that a lot, and that's how he gets some of his picks. He actually came, I think, 36th, so I beat him by 33. But anyway, it's funny because what Mandy was saying and what Glen was saying, I did the opposite of Glen, but I'm like with Mandy. So I'm kind of like, I never really sat around and watched football on a Sunday. But Sunday, we actually had some friends over. We had some wine. It was such a blast. And what we were saying is, isn't it great that we're not just sitting around watching football, having fun together? It's a relationship enhancer on many levels, but you're also got this great competitive, friendly competition going on with everybody with your fantasy sports team. So you're all checking that while you're watching the game, we're having fun, and on top of that, we're getting paid. I mean, so we're winning fantasy sports games, we're getting paid, we've got BB flowing up through the trees. It's awesome. I mean, what better thing could you want? Talk about having fun, profiting from your fantasies, and you're right, Barry, you and I would never have pictured ourselves doing this even like 6 months ago or something, but it's a blast, and it's great to win, but I'm glad Glenn won the $2,500. So back to you. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, Susan, and congratulations. I do understand if John Daly hadn't picked the wrong tight end for you, that you probably would have taken second. Or maybe first.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because, if it wasn't, other than me listening to my business partner, John Daly, for the advice on the tight end, because tight end, I get what wide receivers do. I get what running back, quarterback, defense. Tight end, I'm still not sure what they do exactly. So he recommended I take this guy, Jordan something, and then I scored 1 point. So I think I missed beating Glenn by like 4 points. If I would have had just a better tight end, I could have taken the whole thing. But anyway, I'm glad Glenn won. So it's kind of funny because, sometimes doing research, I think John did research on this guy and said, he was going to win, and then some fluke thing happened, so it kind of changed the whole atmosphere for his game. So that's where, there is a little bit of fate that comes into it every once in a while.
Yeah, and that's true. It is. It's fun. It's who in the heck would ever have thought, me and you, fantasy football nuts.
Right,
And,
exactly.
and let me see. I saw Mark pop on there. That was the other $2,500 winner. But yeah, so the next person I want to go to is Antonio out of Ireland. And Antonio, I understand, I mean, aside from building, I mean, just a monstrous team in Ireland, I understand you actually just won your first fantasy football game.
Yes, Faraday, yes. That was last week. Up until 3 weeks ago, like everyone else there, I didn't know the first thing about NFL. Yes, I knew about NFL, but I'm more of a Premier League man, so I am itching for that product to come out. Can't wait for that. I know what I'm doing with the Premier League. At the moment, the NFL, I've been watching all the Hangouts, and I've been taking the tips from you ladies, all right? And I've, at the moment, it's just names and colours on a page, which is fine. But now I am actually winning. It's encouraging me to pay to play. Now, I used to gamble in my old days, and I won a couple of vacations with my wife on some of the winnings on that. But I haven't really been anywhere near a bookies or a bookmakers for 10 years. So this is great fun. So this is the place to be. If you want to make money playing and introducing it to others, you can't get a better company than this. And as of next week in Ireland, we're starting the road shows. So we'll be doing product training presentations from next Wednesday. Anybody that wants to find out where, just get in touch with me. And thanks for the opportunity. It's been amazing.
Well, thank you, Antonio. We're looking forward to the year ahead and seeing you with many, many fantasy sports wins, as well as a fantastic team. So thank you very much, Antonio. And then I saw that Richard O just jumped on with us, and my gosh, he has an incredible story. His customer was one that won $500. So not a distributor, and a customer, and has a very interesting story. And Richard won 11th too. So Richard, if you could share that incredible, inspiring story.
Can you guys hear me?
Hold on, I don't think I hear you yet.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay, great. Great. Yeah. Hi, how you doing? Wow, we cut it short. I'm here with Hawk Kim. He's a business partner of mine. We're at a hotel. We just finished up doing a presentation, and as soon as the presentation's over, I hopped on Google Hangout. So.
Do you hear Richard?
Yes, I can hear him. I can hear him.
Me, right?
Okay.
Anyways, I hope you guys can hear me. So yeah, my story about the G1e Fantasy Sports. 2 weeks ago, my friend had given me a call, and he said, "Hey Richard, I'm playing on your G1e Fantasy Sports site. I'm winning money on it." And so I called him up, and I found out that he was playing anywhere between $50 to $100 a week. And so I hit him up and I said, "Hey, why don't you join the business?" And my friend, he's just not a network marketing kind of guy. It's just, what am I going to do? I can't force him to do it. But he was playing every week, and so to me it was a win-win situation. Either you join and let's grow the business together, or you play and you give me volume. I mean, to me it's a no. You know, it's just I was happy both ways about it. And he's going to continue playing every week, because he told me he loves this product more than FanDuel or DraftKings. And to me, that's a big compliment, because, you know, DraftKings and FanDuel, those are the two big boys. And the fact that he endorsed this product, it's something that he's going to tell his friends, and I'm going to tell my friends, and we'll just continue building this, you know. And so the point that I'm telling this story, the point of me telling this story is, it's okay. You don't have to bring in members. You have customers that want to play it. Let them play. That's BV. That's volume coming up. And they're not even members. They're just customers. And they're the ones that's going to be making us money. So I'll turn it back to you, Faraday, or Dave. Thanks for letting me get on. There's Faraday. Hi.
Thanks, buddy. Right. Farrah, you're muted. There you go.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't hear you, Richard. I jumped into Dave's computer to hear. But anyway, that is really, thank you, Richard, because that is a great point that you brought up, that actual customers like this better than FanDuel and DraftKings because such greater odds of winning. Obviously, because we got the beautiful blondes kicking major butt. The next one I'd like to bring on is Miss Patricia Platt, and I know you scored like 151 points last week.
Yes, I did. I was so excited too because you know, I didn't know anything about football. I mean, I was a cheerleader all through school, but you know, I was so busy on the field, we really didn't pay attention to the game, so I never learned anything. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out. I'm like, I'm with Susan. I don't know what a tight end is. I know my version is nothing like what their version is, but you know, I don't know anything about what the players do, like what their role in the game is. I haven't got a clue. But I know that I started out just picking the guys that I thought were the most attractive for my fantasy team. But that worked a little bit, and I kept getting more and more points, but I thought, you know, I really got to step it up a little bit because these guys are winning money, and I'm over here going, what the heck? So, you know, this last week I took a look at the stats a little bit, and, you know, I did play sports myself. I played softball and volleyball and all that, so I kind of knew a little bit about what the stats meant, and so I checked them out, and I said, okay, well, this one looks like it'll work, and this one looks like it'll work, and these ones will work together, and I ended up getting 151 points, so I'm not too shabby. I plan to do much better this time, and I've already done my free game, but this time I'm going to make sure I get in on this pool, because, you know, I'm going to win some money. I would have won some money had I been in the pool, so I'm not going to miss that opportunity again. And I got my my little secret weapon over here, Dom. What's your favorite quarterback pick, Dom? Peyton Manning. He's my my secret weapon, my good luck charm. So we're going to kick some butt this week, aren't we, Dom? Yes, we will.
All right, thank you, Patricia, and thank you, Dom. Maybe I'll take your football quarterback pick. And the last person I want to bring on, not only doing incredibly well with the business, but he scored 27th this week on the Fantasy Sports and won, I think, like $30. So congratulations, Dave Manning.
Thanks so much, Faraday. You know, it's unbelievable as we actually get paid to do this, and you know, and obviously, you know, I love football, so it's unbelievable that fantasy sports is growing. It's such a phenomenon around the world, not just in the U.S., but around the world. It's probably the most dynamic thing that anybody could ever go play, and that's not me saying that. That's from all the info coming in from all around the world. So what I would do is I would definitely, you know, get myself lined up and play at least a free game. Go to G1e Fantasy Sports.com, find an IBO number, just pick one out from somebody, and get in and get a play in and see what we're talking about. Get to experience what's happening, but more importantly, get a chance to play. And you know, on a $25 ticket, you can make $2,500. I mean, that's exciting for any of your friends or anybody that wants to come play. I heard there's a $50 game this week. It's going to be incredible. As the phenomenon goes on, as the season goes on, it's just going to explode. No different than everything that's going on with our company. Of all the dynamics of our company, though, this has got to be the major juice. But some of our other products are so phenomenal that I actually get to talk to international people now that does all the interpreting for me, and I don't even have to understand that just through our G1e Touch program. So we've got some products that are cutting edge, they're unbelievable. And yes, I am excited to at least get on the boards. I went from 110th place last week, the week before, to 27th this week. I don't pick like the ladies. I probably should, because obviously the results are a lot better than mine. But, you know, I hope to be a major contender again this week. And, hey, at least I beat my other partner, Richard. He was in the 30s. So we were rocking. It doesn't matter. We're having fun, and that's the most important thing. And, guys, if you like what you see here, hit the button down below. Don't be a fan in the stands, okay? Because there are a lot of people that come in, you know, and they sit and watch things happen. And then there's people that want to make things happen. And that should become you. Become a player. Come on down on the field. Get positioned with us. Come on down. Join us. The individual that invited you here tonight cared about you enough to get you involved into something that probably, more than likely, could change your life if you allow it to. With that, as I know it has for hundreds, if not thousands of other people on our team already, and we're just getting started. So with that, Faraday, back to you. Great job tonight. Great job, panel. And look forward to another great week here with G1e. Back to you, Faraday.
Thank you, Dave, and thank you to the incredible panel tonight sharing their stories, and thank you for tuning in to learn more about this opportunity to win cash prizes in fantasy sports and financial opportunity to change your life. So don't sit back and do nothing. You've been presented with some incredible information. And, you know, there's so many times I've just sat back and let opportunity pass me by. You know, I was like, well, I wonder, is that, you know, this is a no-brainer. Fantasy sports, MLM, first time ever. I mean, just do it. But if you want to play before you, is it pay before you play or play before you pay? I don't know which one it is. But go to www.G1eFantasySports.com and go play a game. Play the free game or get into this $5,000 guaranteed cash prize game that is going on again this next week. So for week 9 of the NFL, you can get your bets in. You're competing against a bunch of people that don't know a whole lot about fantasy sports. And you can be one of these top winners. And then on top of it, we can show you how to get paid on every single game played. This is a no-brainer. Get back to that person that showed you this video or click on that button and just get started. We'll be here to teach you, to train you every step of the way. Most importantly, to have a lot of fun with you. Because what is life if you can't have fun? So with that, everybody have a great weekend. Go get your chance at that cash prize, and we'll see you on the very next Hangout. Good night, everybody.